Right, so this is the next stage. This is the first part that I turned that was on the last video, with the bearing on a tight press fit and that little 4mm diameter hole just deep enough to take the magnets, and that fits very snugly into the hand wheel. And this part now is going to hold the sensor, so that part holds the magnet, this part holds the sensor, and this part is 29.5mm it is anyway, from across the diagonals. So inside there's a round pocket 29.5mm in diameter, so when that fits in, it's centered to this piece of wood, you know, this turning, and also that center of the magnet is centered to that sensor, and it's also parallel. That's the word I couldn't think of in the last video. So parallel, and yeah, oh, also when that's right in, that's just a loose press, you know, push fit. There's a 0.5mm gap around that, so that there's no binding between those two surfaces. That's not quite in, there we go. So there has to be, well, there doesn't have to be that gap, but it just, you know, prevents any possibility of binding. So now when that's in the hand wheel and this piece is pinned, when the lathe's spinning, this part's spinning and this part's held steady. Got to part it off here obviously, and that's literally all there is to the hardware for this, is these and the spindle lock. So I've got a little bit of metal work to do for the pin, because I'm going to be a bit fancy and have it forked around the spindle lock and screwed onto that bracket at the headstock bracket. So that will take a little bit of time. Apart from that, I've got to fit, before I part this off, I've got to drill a hole big enough to take the wires from the back of this. So I'll measure that diameter there, and I'll create a hole so that the wires can go out of the back of this, up that the holding arm, the pin arm, to the control box, which I haven't done yet. It's just on the breadboard still. Alright, thanks for watching.